Hello everyone, my ID is 21C001 and my name is Harshit Ajakya and my topic for the presentation is Tensor Chip Optimization for Google Pixel under the subject Microprocessor and Computer Organization. So many of you have heard about the Tensor as it is used as a processor in Google Pixel phones. So now let's see first why Google developed Tensor. Tensor is a custom piece of silicon designed by Google to be efficient at the things the company most wants to prioritize, such as machine learning related workloads. Needless to say, the first generation Tensor in the Pixel 6 is a significant step up from the chips Google used in the previous generation mid range Pixel 5 phones. In fact, it rubs shoulders with the flagship SoCs from the likes of Qualcomm and Samsung. The word SoC stands for System on Chip. One of the main motivators behind the creation of System on Chip is the fact that moving ahead into the future, our primary goal is to reduce energy waste and save upon spending cost. So with SOC, you achieve all of those goals as you essentially size down what is normally multi-chip design onto a single chip processor that uses much less power. So let's see what is inside an SoC. An SoC contains GPU, memory, CPU, DSP, and connectivity module. So that was a basic interface of SoC. Now let's see what is a Google Tensor chip. A Google Tensor chip is a highly advanced processing unit that has been designed by Google for use in artificial intelligence application. This chip is specifically designed to handle the complex computations required for machine learning and AI tasks. The Google Tensor chip is an important development in the field of AI as it allows for faster and more efficient processing of large amounts of data. This chip is capable of handling massive amounts of data at once. That is because this chip uses ARM. ARM stands for Advanced RISC Machine that we'll see in the further presentation. So as Intel has the generations of their processor like i3, i5, i7, Google Tensor is now currently optimizing their G2. That stands for Generation 2 of Google Tensor chip. So Tensor G2 is used in Pixel 7 phones. The 7 Pixel 7 phones, the original Google Tensor didn't top any benchmark with the peak performance in favor of image machine learning and security silicon built to enhance specific user experience. That design philosophically worked out reasonably well for Pixel 6 series, albeit with some caveats regarding the temperature and networking performance. Therefore, Google developed the second generation of Tensor as Tensor G2. G2 means generation 2 and implemented it with Google Pixel 7. So Google Pixel 6 was using Google Tensor chip G1, G or G. G stands for generation 0 or generation 1 and the Pixel 7 uses the second generation as Tensor G2. So now let us see how Tensor chip works. So, Google Tensor Chip works by using a combination of hardware and software to perform complex calculations quickly and efficiently. The chip is designed to work with Google's TensorFlow software library. Many of you have heard about the Google TensorFlow as it is used widely in machine learning related works. So the word tensor comes from that only, TensorFlow. The Google Tensor chip is made up of multiple processing units, each of which is optimized for specific type of calculations. So the Tensor holds CPU plus GPU. At the Pixel launch event, Google went into Tensor and explicitly touted the inclusion of two high-performance ARM Cortex X1 cores at 2.8 gigahertz. So 2.8 is the clock speed of that ARM processors. They are joined by two mid 2.25 gigahertz A76 CPU cores with ARS Technica's Google Silicon Engineering pointing out how they are based on 5 nanometer process rather than the 7 nanometer originally found in flagship phone chips last year. So Google is using 5 nanometer process rather than 7 nanometer, And the ARM words, as I said earlier, stands for Advanced RISC Machine, and RISC stands for Reduced Instruction Set Computer, that is widely used in the processors of our computers and PC. So let's see what is inside a Google Tensor. So as you can see in the diagram, the first section of Google Tensor is TPU. TPU stands for Tensor Processing Unit. That is Google's machine learning engine in Google Tensor. The second section is ISP. ISP stands for Advanced Image Signal Processor. The third section is Tensor Security Core, that is related to security of our phones. Context Hub is the fourth section of Tensor, that is ultra low power context engine of the chip. Now, all this three section of our tensor is most important. That are CPU, central processing unit of our tensor chip, GPU, and system cache. System cache has the cache memory of chip. This summarizes our tensor chip and the components of tensor chip. Now let us see comparisons of our tensor chip with Snapdragon 888, that is used in mostly general phones, and Exynos 2100, which is used in Samsung phones. So the comparison is based on CPU, GPU, RAM, ML, media decode, modem, and processors. So in Google Tensor, as you can see, it has 2x ARM Cortex. 2x ARM Cortex means that has two ARM processors, whereas Snapdragon has one and Exynos has also one ARM Cortex. The GPU is ARM Mail G78MP20. Snapdragon uses GPU Adreno 660, and Exynos uses ARM Mail G78MP14. That's the number of the GPU, that serial number of our GPU. RAM of Tensor is LPDDR5. The RAM of Snapdragon is LPDDR5 only, and Exynos uses RAM LPDDR5. So the RAM used by all of the three processor is same. So you can see all of the comparisons based on different aspects of our chip. So now, concluding the presentation, we'll see future developments of Google Tensor and what Google right now is working. So as AI technology continues to advance, the demand for more powerful processing units like the Google Tensor chip will only continue to grow. It is likely that we will see continued development and innovation in this field in the years to come. Overall, the Google Tensor Chip is highly advanced processing unit that is revolutionizing the field of artificial intelligence. Its speed, efficiency, and ability to handle large amounts of data makes it an ideal choice for use in deep learning applications. So Google has ML and AI applications like Google Translate, Google Lens, and all of that, and that are optimized for Google Tensor Chip. With continued research and development, we can expect to see even more impressive capabilities from this chip in the future, and it will likely play a key role in advancing the field of AI and machine learning. Thank you. That's all from my side.